resistance at 32 for a while now. False break. Wait, no. RSI's at 30. Tight build up, 30 to 32. No way. Holy shit. It's coming.
Hey, it's Wednesday, so what day that is today. Stock Talk Live. So, lots going on today. Jay Powell with the big interest rate, hike of 0.5. He didn't go 0.25, which was nice. FTX and GME, a lot of sketchy things going on there, along with other things. We got the green light in the background.
Damn right.
It's Wednesday, so let's roll. Oh, what a week.
We were off last week, so I got plenty of stuff loaded up for today.
Yeah, exactly. What was it on? It's good to see the market was rallying yesterday, and then,
Do you want to talk about that? So there almost certainly was a leak of the CPI data.
Oh, are you talking? You're talking about the trades from 829 to 830 on the futures?
Yeah. Because CPI didn't come out until 8:30, and Reuters edited their story to change it from the leak happened to 60 minutes prior. They changed the story to say 60 seconds before data was released. Damn it, where'd my screenshot go?
So when you watch like the futures trade, right? It used to be basically like CNBC back in like the late 90s, like mid 90s, late 90s. They would actually have someone at the Fed or the White House, confirming like the data get released. But CNBC used to have like a futures ticker, a futures ticker, bond ticker, whatever you really want to talk, whatever you want. And it would move like a couple minutes after that. So for it to go up literally like 700 points in a matter of a minute, it does breed a little bit of sketchiness on like who had the information.
So this from Tuesday, the CPI data came out 8:30.
Yeah.
And you can see that major drop off there. I actually do have audio from this too. I don't think we've had her on Stock Talk. Karine Jean-Pierre addressing a potential leak. The audio is not quite synced up on this. I didn't record the original. I recorded someone's recording.
I wonder if the White House is worried that the inflation data, which came out this morning, was leaked. There was big market movement about 2 minutes before it came out, and I'm just wondering how the White House has viewed that.
Yeah, I've seen that reporting. Look, I think we think that it's being a little bit. How do I say? It's I think there's too much weight being put into that, and how the market may have moved in a minor way. I don't really have much more to add to that, but I have seen the reports on it, and again, I think it's just being a little bit. We're looking into it a little bit too much, I think.
Is the White House and Treasury looking into it at all, or are you just not worried about it?
Look, I think that. I can tell you this: there were no leaks from here. I can tell you for definitively.
That's such a word salad. Like
how does she know that? How does she know definitively that there's no leaks if they haven't looked into it?
Yeah, it's not good.
And that clip does not look like someone who's telling the truth. The answer's not on those pages you keep flipping. That was a tough one Tough optics on that one, KJP.
Yeah, I just I mean, I think there's a lot of things. I mean, she says like, well, we're not looking into this. Of course you should look into it. I mean, the market moved literally 2% in fucking 2 minutes. Someone made money off that, and probably a lot of money. I mean,
Normal people can't trade
Yeah.
before 9 o'clock.
no, I know. I mean, it's all like the institute. I mean, it's obviously a bunch of traders, institutions, and whatnot. I mean,
They've got
someone
them
had
all.
access. Yeah, someone had access to something.
That's
and
just
obviously
the
they-
beginning of that's just the beginning of my conspiracy theories tonight.
Yeah, I mean, but this is where, like, the information that, like, with government reports and whatnot. I mean, somebody obviously leaked it, hoping that the market would go up and stay up yesterday. And it did, but it didn't stay up as 700 and whatever points it was at one point. I mean, honestly, like, but this has been like a general like theme with economic reports. Like, I mean, in 2009, the market rallied when Obama said the jobs report was going to be great, and then we found out it was like 400,000 like temporary jobs, and the market tanked. So, I mean, it's definitely like a trend. It's been a trend basically the last like 10 years on this. People leaking economic reports and whatnot. But I don't know. Maybe Ken Griffin's involved. Well, probably get it shut down. Oh well.
Did you see he's suing the IRS?
Yeah, I saw that. I mean,
His tax returns got leaked. We've been talking about this guy for months and months. This Ken Griffin guy. Who is this guy? He runs the biggest hedge fund on the planet. He was after this leak of his tax returns, determined that he's the number 2 taxpayer in the U.S.
yeah, it's
Made
Okay.
$1.7 billion a year for 11 years straight. An
crazy.
average.
oh, that is crazy.
So like people talk about I'm unhappy that Sam Bankman-Fried gave so much money to the Democrats, but Ken Griffin does it for the other side. So you can't point fingers and at one and not the other.
No, exactly.
And SBF gave money to Republicans too.
Yeah, they did. What was it on?
I can't wait. I hope they bury that kid.
Yeah, that's.
His girlfriend's definitely snitching on him.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
She's been nowhere to be found. Reports that she was in New York City. I think she was talking.
Yeah, I mean, you don't go. Well, there's two. I mean, the optics of that are awful for
She's fucked, but they're gonna go most lenient on the first person. So
No, the first
Jump
person.
at it.
Well,
Jump
it's
at
not
it.
only the. Yeah, but it's not only the first person. It's the first person who can flip and get the case on a silver platter.
yeah,
I mean, the optics of him getting arrested the day before that he was supposed to, testify are awful. I mean, obviously he was, obviously they didn't want him saying something. That's why they went in.
what's this? Cora Jade or Gigi? Are these WWE divas?
I don't. They don't work at Providers. I know that much. She could be. I'm not really sure.
They are.
Are they from Queens?
Here's Cora Jade.
Oh, all right.
Where is she from?
Chicago.
Chicago.
Hmm.
And then Gigi.
Yeah.
Gigi WWE. The first one for me.
Yeah. And I don't know if
Second one
she's
might
from
be
Quincy.
a better wrestler. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sasha Banks over both of them.
I mean, if you're that dude's, I mean, the girlfriend's fucked. She's doing time. You know that. I mean, he won't breathe another. I mean, he might not freaking last a week. I mean, that Bahamian, that prison he's in, it's terrible.
The level that it got to, they're running this company on QuickBooks. I mean, the company that I work for runs on QuickBooks, and they do not even a tenth of 1% of the revenue.
I know, but
You're using QuickBooks, And what kind of a response is it? Like, yeah, we just we gave ourselves access to customers' money. The journal entries were there, but we just used their money.
I know. It's so awful. It's not even funny. Like, they're such dirtbags.
Yeah, the ledger entries went in and they just gave themselves access. It's what I was saying. The
obviously-
simplest way to boil it down is customers said, here's money for a thing, which would be any crypto offered on FTX.
Yeah.
And then FTX just didn't buy that thing.
Yeah, I know. It's basically the Madoff
Unless
Ponzi
people
scheme.
withdrew, then they kind of have to, or you don't have anything. But I mean, they only did that when people tried to withdraw.
No, I know. And then I think what's so silly about this whole thing is that the fact that they were able to last 4 years and not raise an audit flag is ridiculous. I mean,
They got like a clean bill, like
No, I know, which is
right
even more-
before.
which is even more ridiculous. I mean, who the fuck is auditing your books?
I mean, it's like if
Like,
you have
honestly.
money in FanDuel, right, and it's sitting in there, and then one day you want to withdraw it, and they say it's not there, like they just took your money. Except with
Oh, I know.
FanDuel, you don't get the product is the bet, I suppose. You know, you don't get an asset like a crypto coin.
It's a fucking joke. Like, honestly, like, I mean, let's just not like
Kevin O'Leary getting scammed by this is unbelievable.
He's a smart guy.
His
I don't know.
reputation's ruined as a shark.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I don't think he survived Shark Tank. He'll be off. I mean, he'll get-
I wouldn't
he's
want
done.
to. Like, dude, I don't want you investing in my business. You thought that one was great.
I know.
Actually, we got Kevin O'Leary.
Mr. Wonderful here. Yeah,
Yeah, Mr. Wonderful.
dude's a fucking clown. I mean,
Here he is talking about the downfall of FTX.
Why do you believe FTX failed? I have an opinion. I don't have the records. Here it is. These two behemoths that own the unregulated market together and grew these incredible businesses in terms of growth were at war with each other. And one put the other out of business intentionally. Now, maybe there's nothing wrong with that. Maybe there's nothing wrong with love and war. But Binance is a massive, unregulated global monopoly now. They put FTX out of business.
I don't know about that.
I think they put themselves out of business.
Yeah, I know. Usually, you need to have like good books and records, and actually, care about your customers' money to.
Well, I
survive.
think wasn't this exposed because Binance is going to go under right now too?
Yeah, they're getting killed.
Wasn't this whole thing exposed like through Binance? I don't know what the original trigger was where somebody wanted to get a lot of money out of FTX and it was like, we don't have it. Because I know Binance, I just shared with a couple of my buddies last night. They paused withdrawals on USDC, which is a stable coin. I don't know a ton about crypto, but halting withdrawals of anything is not a good sign of liquidity.
Yeah, I mean,
you can't withdraw it because we don't have enough for everybody right now.
No, basically, I mean, what was it on? Anytime they limit withdrawals, I mean, it's never a good thing. I mean, for God's sakes, like, and some of the hedge funds now that are involved in crypto are starting to limit withdrawals, but another thing, Blackstone, one of their major real estate funds is starting to limit withdrawals as well. Can we get you Mail's opinion on what went down on 420 somewhere last show?
Being a finance show, I would just say I hope that House of Pain, that guy in the video, I hope he comes to his senses and does something noble with the GoFundMe money.
Yeah. There's a lot of good charities out there, folks.
Yeah, the
Sure,
police
have fun.
department,
Yeah,
women that get
firefighters.
abused by police.
Yeah. Man, I watched some of the 420. It was interesting.
It was a great show.
It was a great show.
Oh,
I mean,
speaking
FT.
of oh, never mind. Go ahead.
Um,
I was trying
So-
to lump this in, and it was
No,
not,
go ahead.
It was not related. So because we haven't been on in a week. This is from December 5th. Unusual Whales back again. Bank for International Settlements warned that pension funds and other non-bank financial firms have more than $80 trillion of hidden off-balance sheet dollar debt in the form of FX swaps. Came from Reuters.
that doesn't surprise me.
80 trillion.
No,
Didn't
I'm
I
not-
tell
I'm
you
not-
that pension funds were going to go under? And retail's
Yeah.
going to get blamed.
No, I mean, it was a wild situation. No,
Highest rates in 15 years.
yeah, a clear recession is around the corner. I mean, defund money. I don't know about that. Yeah, I mean, obviously, a recession's
Well,
around
I'll tell
the
you
corner.
what. I don't like the idea of a government currency, like a digital one,
No, I don't either. Did you hear?
No,
I mean,
I don't-
that's a terrible idea.
because then they
honestly.
can control, like Canada
What
did
you
with the
do.
truckers. They can just control your money.
There was an article on Zero Hedge about, I think it was last week, and it said that Nigeria right now you can only withdraw like 45. I think it was like 40, the equivalent of $45 from the bank or something like that, and they're really pushing.
Damn.
Yeah, they're really pushing this digital payment, digital dollar or whatever digital currency. Honestly, it's just, I mean, it's really scary what that entails. Never happens with Kanye one. You never know.
Speaking of, what did you say? Nicaragua or Nigeria?
Nigeria, yeah.
Nigeria. One time I checked a book out of the library in college, and somebody had left as a bookmark. It was like $100,000 Zimbabwe currency note.
Yeah.
I thought I was rich. I looked it up. It's like $2.
Yeah, it's like when you have 10,000 yen. I think you're the man. It's like $10. No, it's a real thing, and I think what a lot of the digital currency is about, just keeping track of, what you're doing and implementation of potentially, other things that come with that.
Yeah.
I know,
you
like,
did this thing that we don't like, and we're going to penalize you this way because we control your money.
yeah. There's a digital. I mean, I remember the digital like dollar digital IDs that are in China, Sri Lanka, and Nigeria right now. They do have that big effects. I know in Sri Lanka you were only allowed to buy certain gallons of gas, and you had to scan your digital ID, so it limits like your movement. I know in China, with what's it called? The app that they have now, your app has to be green. You have to be COVID tested every 3 days.
Yep.
It definitely limits your freedom and your right to kind of do what you want. I know they're kind of in the infancy stages of like testing out a system like a digital dollar in the United States. I know it's been talked about by Powell and other people. I don't know if it would ever really come to full fruition in America, just because I think there's be enough of an uprising to be like, what the fuck, we don't like that. Because in certain states, it would probably just like wouldn't happen. Probably the red ones and maybe some of the blue ones. I don't know. But it's definitely not good for your freedom. And it's definitely a little scary. I mean, the other thing too is like government. When people talk about finance, I mean, government overreach. I mean, the Netherlands. I mean, they had massive protests over the closing of 3,000 farms. I just, I'll stand with those guys. I mean, there's a lot more other things that are polluting the environment than nitrogen output from farming. Hate to break it to you. And I like steak, so so there you go. Just kind of switching gears to FTX. there. Now that I remember, the girlfriend was what's it called? She was actually, I think she was with a lawyer. I remember she was surrounded by like a bunch of nice $2,000 suit people, you know, you know, and she was definitely probably, you know, I mean, there's a lot of good financial firm lawyers in New York. I mean, it's Wall Street, so I mean, she probably got herself, you know, her story straight, and I definitely think she probably roll pretty quickly.
Yeah,
Um, the other thing,
she looks like a talker.
yeah, I don't think. I think she'll. I mean, I think she knows enough. Um, like, lastly, I find it funny that I don't know if you saw yesterday on the hearing, but Maxine Waters tried to end the hearing so the guy couldn't talk anymore.
Now,
And
what
yeah, but
did he like say he wanted to speak? Like, yeah, he has the right. Everyone has the right to ask questions, but like it seemed like he was waiting until that moment to be like, well, I get to speak too.
no, but I think everyone gets like their 5 minutes, and I don't know. I mean, yeah, I agree with you. The optics of that don't look good, but you have to admit, I mean,
Both sides are wrong.
oh, absolutely. But the funny thing is the finance. You know, what is it? The finance committee or something. Oh no, I'm not saying she is an angel pie, but I'm like absolutely fucking not. I mean, she probably partied her ass off with freaking other people's money. No, I mean, she's about an angel as fucking the people who hang out at Casey's pub at 12 o'clock at night. I mean, fuck that shit. But I'm just being real, like, but she's probably smart enough to roll into, you know, give the thing, you know, to give the inside story and how it all worked. And Sam Brakeman's a fucking idiot for going to the Bahamas. Let's just put that on fucking record. Like, if you're really gonna go to a freaking non-extradition country, you really think going to the Bahamas, literally like 200 miles from the United States, is a fucking good move? Like, really?
I don't know where I'd go though.
Fucking Venezuela, get the fuck out of Dodge. Russia, go anywhere else but freaking the Bahamas. I
Yeah,
mean,
I'd probably hang if I had that kind of SBF money. Track down Snowden, hang with
yeah,
him.
do something. Yeah, go hang out in the fucking transit zone for a month. I mean, do something. I mean, to think that you're not going to get extradited when you go to the Bahamas, like, really? I mean, Robbie V. Wagon and fucking, you know, Danny and Bellrica and a couple cops can go find you in the Bahamas eventually. Like, it ain't that fucking hard.
I was surprised there was no one from U.S. media there for his arrest. I mean, I think Roger Stone, I think he got arrested in the U.S., but I mean, there was still
Yeah.
press there. CNN was there.
Better
I
off
think this is a little
taking-
more high profile.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, better off taking home a retiree looking out at that Golden Pacific. Yeah, GP. I've been there before. That's a good time. So, what was it? I don't know. Like, FTX, like, and I mean, how much does this damage crypto? The more that comes out, the more it just looks like shit.
Yeah,
I mean-
but I don't know if that's a problem with crypto or just a guy running a scam business.
Yeah.
Like, is crypto any less legitimate because this guy said, I'm going to run a crypto exchange, but I'm not going to buy the crypto from my customers. I'm just going to use their money, shuffle it over to my hedge fund, and try to make more money.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think that makes crypto illegitimate. I think he's just a
No.
crook.
Yeah, he is a crook. Okay, here's a question: does he see the light of day ever again?
He's facing like 100+ year sentence.
Yeah, but do you think do you think
There's a lot of people. I think Maxine Waters doesn't want to go hard on him. I mean, didn't she blow him that kiss? I don't know if that's legit or
Yeah.
not.
I don't either. I mean,
It'll scare people off crypto. I think more importantly, it scares people into don't keep your crypto on an exchange.
yeah, I think people will keep it in their wallets though, but like your crypto wallet. But I don't think people will ever trust an exchange again.
Like Binance halting withdrawals on USDC, whatever that is.
Yeah.
You know, as soon as you're able to withdraw from Binance, I would.
Yeah, I mean,
That is advice.
yeah, because they're not doing well right now.
Well, if they're halting one, who knows if they're going to halt another,
No, exactly.
and then you're really screwed.
Yeah. I think
Because if you were too slow and you didn't see any of that FTX news, and you had anything on that exchange before you were able to withdraw, like if you couldn't withdraw before they went under, poof.
no, I know.
At least right now you have a chance.
No. You know what you don't have a chance in is housing market's still housing market's getting killed right now. I mean, I'm just looking around where I live. I mean, you know, there's price reductions everywhere. You know, the numbers are awful. I think it was last week. I mean, PMI and for services and manufacturing was in contraction. I mean, they should go easy on him for being vaccinated and being a good role model. Oh, fuck.
December 5th, this from Bloomberg. To buy a median price home in the U.S., an average person would need to make about $107,000 annually. Compare that to last year, the number was $74K.
Jesus. I think but I think I think housing prices are gonna tank. They should go easy on him for being vaccinated and being a good one. Oh, fuck that guy. Just throw him in.
I'm gonna go easy on him because he gave hundreds of millions of dollars to their campaigns that they won.
Yeah. I don't know.
The White House refused comment. They gave $5 million to Biden's campaign. The White House refused comment if they're going to return that because it's stolen funds.
I don't know how freaking this guy sees the light of day. And I said, I know, like, I just think so many people have been affected by this. This is such a story. Like, I mean, this makes Enron look like freaking, you know, Boston Convenience down the street from me, you know, going under. I'm just being serious.
I do have another clip. This one from the hearing, explaining how this was essentially a crypto casino. Here's AG Barr.
Sam Bankman-Fried, in his testimony to this committee on December 8th of last year, said that FTX has designed and offered a platform with a market structure that is risk-reducing. To be sure, there are irresponsible actors in the digital asset industry, and those actors attract the headlines. But FTX is not one of them. Was that statement incorrect?
False. Yes.
Thank you. And let me conclude by describing what is going on here by a popular crypto commentator. If you set up an exchange where you're the market maker, you're the issuer, you're the prime broker, and then you trade against your own customers, you have a vested interest in creating the assets, promoting the assets, and manipulating the price of the assets. What you have is a crypto casino. I yield back.
There it is.
Guy created jobs.
Yeah, that's true. Gloucester robbed me of $10 and they gave me the wrong change. I mean, it's terrible. They're lower than Lowe's for doing that, you know? In my opinion, the Lowe's are still the same. So, I mean, I guess the big news, at least for us, is GME last week. I mean,
yeah, we got. Let's start with pre-earnings. We had this report. Wedbush said sell before Wednesday's earnings. Stock is still very much irrational. I had another one. This is from a while back.
yeah.
Investor Place. GameStop can't rise for good without positive free cash flow. Well, we learned that from the earnings call. GameStop does now have positive free cash flow, so it can rise for good. Has been going up. We got the green light on.
Yeah. Oh.
The big news that we were anticipating was DRS numbers. So let's actually take this down really quick. So over the last few quarters, the number of directly registered shares has been being reported by GameStop. They don't have to do this, but they do. And it's giving indication to investors when they report these numbers every quarter, and it's been going up and up and up and actually increasing exponentially every time. So with this reporting, sorry, to finish that thought, when they report these numbers and it keeps going up, people are not selling. So, what's going on here? We were looking for 13 to 15 million increased directly registered shares and only got 500,000 for the whole quarter. So they reported there's now 71.8 million shares directly registered. Now, if we're looking for 13 million and it shows up 500,000, what's going on here? Are people selling? Because, I've got shares directly registered, and I think that this is going to be the mother of all short squeezes. It's just my opinion. I don't think people who are directly registering their shares are looking to sell. And that would be a lot of people because so many people are registering and not selling. No. Only increasing by 500,000 is fishy. So people did some digging, and we found that 50 days ago, so back in October, Citadel Advisors reduced their GME holdings by 343 million. So at $25 a share, that's almost 13 million shares. And, the bot that people register their shares with on Reddit has been pretty accurate, but is actually underestimated. So we did some more digging. Let me just take this down really quick. Yeah. Just want to make sure I had it right. Back in October, we were trying to explain this Ortex glitch where 13 million shares suddenly became available to short. And I don't think I'm crazy for suggesting that Citadel had shares, directly registered them, and then sold them off before the end of the quarter to make it look like they're not making as much progress. I don't think that's a crazy assumption. And what's funny is, they sold off 13 million shares. This will kill their momentum. Well, we beat them by 500,000. So you can only pull that trick if that is in fact what happened. You can only pull that trick every other quarter. So I think a lot of people are like, something's going on here. And if you don't think that that's possible, let me take you back. We played this video before. If you're new to the show, Kenny on the brain. Jim Cramer used to run a hedge fund, and we played this clip before of him explaining some of his tactics. You think they wouldn't do a DRS campaign to a psyop? I know that it's a buzzword right now, but you really don't think that they would directly register shares and then sell them off to make it look like, oh, they're not making progress anymore? Listen to some of his other tactics.
A lot of times when I was short at my hedge fund and I was positioned short, meaning I needed it down, I would create a level of activity beforehand that could drive the futures. It doesn't take much money. Similarly, if I were long and I would want to make things a little bit rosy, I would go in and take a bunch of stocks and make sure that they're higher. Maybe commit $5 million in capital to do it, and I could affect it. What you're seeing now is it probably is bigger market. Now, maybe you need $10 million in capital to knock this stuff down, but it's a fun game, and it's a lucrative game, and you can move it up and then fade it. That's often creates a very negative feel. So let's say you take a longer-term view intraday, and you say, listen, I'm going to boost the futures, and then when the real sellers come in, real market comes in, they're going to knock it down. That's going to create a negative view. That's a strategy very worth doing when you're valued on a day-to-day basis. And I would encourage anyone who's in the hedge fund game to do it because it's legal, right? And it is a very quick way to make money and very satisfying.
Okay. Well,
By the way, no one else in the world would ever admit that, but I can care.
that's right, and you can say that here.
I can't. I'm not going to say it on TV.
Internet's forever there, killer.
It's I'm not saying I'm correct, but I'm putting puzzle pieces together. People are trying to figure out how did only 500, because that's like 6,000 to 8,000 a day. And I saw a post that same week. Granted, it didn't get captured in Q3 because it was before that October 29th cutoff. But some dude posted on Reddit 12,000 directly registered shares.
Yeah. No,
So, and you can check his post history and everything. Like he hasn't shared that before.
yeah.
But I'm suggesting that this DRS campaign happened. Kramer in that clip is talking about a negative ad campaign marketing. It's free to make a Reddit account.
Yeah, it is.
You can make some bots and spread negative information. Hey, I'll give you $50 if you post for an hour on Superstonk, just negative stuff about GME. I think it's entirely possible.
Or stock to it. That's another one.
You see all the headlines. You think these people aren't getting paid to write all those?
No, I know. I mean, they are getting. I mean, it's very obvious they're getting paid. I mean, for God's sakes, because so many people aren't going to write about something that just for the heck of it. There obviously needs to be some financial incentive, for it. No, I mean the directly registered. I mean, you're talking about 500. It's pretty impressive though for the shares to literally grow 500,000 on a sale of 13 million. And yeah, you can only do so much of that. I mean,
we're speculating that those were directly registered and then pulled away.
Yeah,
but I mean, now people are just buying them up.
Yeah, they probably were. I mean, I can't imagine a hedge fund is going to want to try to sell, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, hey, we don't have your shares.
I mean, if I'm suggesting that they're making like bot accounts, they're paying people to go in there and spread negative information.
Yeah.
Maybe. You think they're not reading it? Somebody's reading that. What are they up to? These people are all betting. They're on the other end of our trade.
Mm-hmm.
What are they up to? Oh, they're directly registering their shares. How can we create fear,
Negativity.
uncertainty, and doubt?
No, I know. They I think a lot of people, unfortunately, just want to create like negativity with GME. Like it's become unfortunately beyond personal for a lot of people. And especially for the hedge funds. I mean, a lot of those guys got scalped.
A lot of people on Superstonk are of the mindset no sell, no sell. That's CELL. No sell, no sell.
No.
So if somebody's not going to prison, I'm not selling my shares.
Yeah. And I think Robinhood, I mean.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
did you see their little like IRA?
I did not. I mean, I have to admit,
hang on.
I can't even think about putting money in a brokerage firm that would kill a buy button on a stock. I just can't do that. Like they don't have anyone's interest at heart, especially your interest, especially the customer's interest. It's like, I mean, it's just ridiculous. Like to this day, I still can't believe that was allowed to happen. I just don't understand it.
So you have to keep money with them for 5 years, and then you can withdraw it. I doubt they're even around in 5 years.
Yeah, I don't think so
either. Over the first 9 months, they've lost $862 million on revenue of $978 million.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah. No thanks.
No thanks. That's pretty bad. But I mean, that's what happens when you don't, put the customer first. They took orders from whoever gave it that day to kill the buy button, and you can only sell GME, and then look what happened. I mean, that should have never been allowed to happen. Like, no brokers or whatever that should have been allowed to do that. I mean, I'd love to know who freaking cashed out that day. You know?
Oh, with FTX?
Oh, no, at GME the day they killed the buy button. Love to know
Oh.
who cashed out.
I don't know.
Oh, I mean, there's
Cashed
paper
out
trails-
or at the peak just bought a shitload of puts.
Yeah, I mean, sold or whatever. I mean,
From a week ago, I'm just going through my
yeah.
list here. From a week ago, Yuji Naka. You might know him as the creator of Sonic the Hedgehog. He was arrested for insider trading. That from
Oh,
the
really?
7th. Yep. And you're talking about Robinhood. Damn it, I can't find it. There's a country that's banning payment for order flow. I can't remember who it was.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Oh, Singapore. Sorry.
That makes sense.
Singapore banning payment for order flow effective April 2023.
That makes sense. I mean, they're a pretty strict
So-
country.
Payment for order flow, Robinhood gets money from market makers to route orders to them.
Yeah, I mean, some people just don't like the Robinhood business model, or ethics, whatever you want to call it,
Or the CEO.
or the CEO.
Yeah.
Take your pick here. It's not good. It's not good to say the least, How were the earnings for G? The earnings were good, weren't they?
I missed earnings, but they still have about 900 million in cash on hand, cash and cash equivalents. A greater percentage of their business is coming through online commerce.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is what they're trying to transition to. So that's good.
Oh, that is good.
I think inventory was good.
Oh.
Still minimal debt. They have a small loan related to COVID procedures from country of France. So that's been. It's not even really relevant. They're good to go.
Nice.
And the negative news leading up to earnings was they're cutting jobs, and people caught on LinkedIn. They said, "Oh, look at all these people. This is at least 10 guys that worked in." I can't even remember what. I think they were blockchain guys actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that were let go, and they're downsizing, but the look is to pivot into profitability now. Like they built out what they need, and now it's time to get lean and profitable.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people are,
But it's like leading up, like we just played with Kramer. I would run a negative ad campaign, leading a couple days leading. GameStop's going to report earnings on Wednesday. Did you just see all these LinkedIn guys that are getting let go?
I mean,
Shine a big spotlight on that.
yeah. I mean,
But
I
I don't think they would be looking to move towards profitability if they weren't confident like this. We're ready.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I also think too that like a lot of companies right now are laying people off. I don't think that's just. I don't think that's just a GameStop thing. I think that's just a all across America thing.
Yep.
Which, there's a lot of. I mean, there's a lot of corporate job cuts. I mean, look at like what Facebook, Google, Cisco. There's others. I mean, Coca-Cola, Pepsi. I mean, that's just not a GME thing. That's across America. That's what happens when you're in a recession.
Amazon, Walmart.
Yeah, I mean, Walmart. I'm not surprised though. Amazon maybe a little bit, but there you go. I mean,
That was a big headline. The Walmart one. Or
many-
sorry, Amazon.
How many jobs at Amazon? It's like 10. It's a lot. I know that.
It was a lot, but it's like we talked about this. It was
Yeah.
like 3% of their corporate team and like 0.5% of everybody else.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not. I mean, I think I think the economy is unfortunately going to roll into a lot of problems heading into the winter, and hopefully, start to emerge a little bit in the the first quarter next year. But I don't know. I think we're in for, as we said on the show before, I think we're in for a bumpy ride. I don't think it's. I mean, we did say we thought the market would go down, so hey, we missed that one. I mean, it's up to 34. I didn't really think it was going to hit 34 for a while, but I thought it would hit 30 before 34. But I guess, hey, here we are.
I don't know. I could see another shakeup if Binance keeps having problems.
Yeah, that's true. Also, oil's starting to get its legs back, but they released another 4.6 million barrels from the strategic oil, petroleum reserve, which
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it was yesterday, or it came out either yesterday or the day on Monday. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they should keep doing that. I mean, just try to fill it, especially with what's going on with overseas. I mean, Russia, and then we're sending Patriot missiles over to Ukraine, which is
Russia said they're going to blow those up if they do.
Yeah, that's even. I mean, I don't think Russia and Ukraine are headed to the peace talk table anytime soon, unfortunately.
But Putin said that's going to be the only way that this ends.
Yeah, I know. Which I don't know how much of that he really believes, but well,
he's trying to look like the good guy.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, hey, I invaded your country, but it's not funny. But what are you gonna do? You hope that you literally hope that we don't get like a huge cold snap, because that could really screw with Europe and everything. Screw with everything else. I don't know. The viewers have any questions out there? Just write them down in the comments. All right.
Sorry, I'm getting the meme ready.
Oh yeah. Do you have anything else though?
So you hope there's not a cold snap. I found this
Yeah.
today.
Mark Greta.
Poor Greta.
No,
what are you
not
talking
Greta.
about.
I was just kidding.
She's doing interviews in her pajamas, dude. Come on.
Yeah, I know. They have like a new Greta or something. I don't know. I saw her she was at the UN or something.
Yeah, one that doesn't look like she just rolled out of bed.
Yeah. I know. Well, yeah. It's fucking freezing. It's actually supposed to get cold this week. You guys are going to get snow in New York
tomorrow night.
Yeah.
I think it's going to avoid Onondaga County. We don't have the weather warning yet.
I never know. Yeah. You never know.
Well, it's gonna snow here, but we don't have the warning like further east.
Yeah,
I think Watertown's supposed to get whacked. Oswego.
Yeah.
Or I think they say up there they say Oswego.
Oswego.
Yeah.
One thing unfortunate. Found this out. So now, if you want to withdraw from like DraftKings or FanDuel on to your PayPal account, they make you put your Social Security in there for a W-9. Yeah, I had to do that one. A 1099. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. I mean, won't be doing that anymore. PayPal can suck it. So
Starting in January, any Venmo transfer over $600 is going to need to be reported.
yeah, I mean that's
You need
ridiculous.
to fill out a tax form.
Yeah, that's a little ridiculous to be honest with you. I think they have better. They have better things.
These 80,000 IRS agents need something to do.
Yeah, I guess.
Monitor Venmo transfers.
No, I know. It's such a-
Imagine like boyfriend and girlfriend or what's a couple. How about that?
yeah,
A
yeah.
couple living together and you split $1,200 rent. I give you $600. You know,
No, I know.
I got to report that every time just because we're splitting the rent.
Yeah, that's a joke. That's really. I
What
mean,
do you do? Take turns. You get this one. I get the next one.
yeah, I mean, that's such a joke. And there's so much other shit they should be monitoring. I mean, give me a fucking break. And I don't have anything to hide, guys, but I'm just saying. They have a lot better crap to monitor than people's Venmo's accounts.
Fantasy football.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Pay people in piecemeal.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, the leagues I'm in, I work with one guy, so I could just go down and collect if I win. I'm collecting $200. That's nice, at least. So, got that first round of the playoff bye. That's always a good time. I have it in our league too, which is I don't know how the hell that worked.
Crap. Which is crap.
What?
It's crap.
I don't know how that worked out, to be honest with you. But
No, yours isn't crap because you're in the other division.
Yeah.
It's crap that Andrew Augustus, I'm calling you out, bro. It's crap that he gets a bye and I don't. I have way more points for. I think he's got the head-to-head on me, maybe.
Yeah.
I think he beat me.
Yeah, if he did beat you, then yeah, that's
crap. That's crap. My team scored like 200 more points than him, but maybe it'll work out.
Yeah, you never know. I know.
Tyreek Hill hitting his stride, pun intended.
Yeah, I mean, because I was involved in a 4-team tiebreaker. I don't know. I would love to know the logic behind that win to get the bye, but I don't. Who knows if it's going to work out for me? In the other league, I'm very thankful that I got the bye because the guy I was playing with the guy who could have beat me for the bye had Kyler Murray and Stevenson for the Patriots. That just didn't. Yeah, it didn't work out.
That's bad luck.
Yeah, it is. Oh, shout out to DeAndre Hopkins, by the way. Thanks for coming through for me. Any beer at the alumni, just hit me up. We can go. It's good. And shout out to I could shout out a lot of things. Shout out to the Winnipeg Jets. Appreciate you. And yeah.
Had a nice one on them.
Yep, that was nice on Friday. What else? Shout out to the idiots on I think it was the Pacers versus the Wizards, I want to say, who didn't score in the last minute. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. And shout out to me for oversleeping and missing the 420 DraftKings and doing my own.
There you go.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. That was it. I don't really have any much more. I think there's only one thing left to do, or do you have much more?
I didn't have anything.
Yeah.
I went through all my articles there.
Like there's only one thing left to do.
Only one thing. Not take it deep. Pump it up.
Pump it
See
up.
you next week.
You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up.